independent insurance firm. So hope everyone, let me just increase that a little. There we go. Boom. Perfect. Bam. All right. So let me get my microphone put on real quick. Hope everyone's having a good evening. Let me get all mic'd up. Here we are. So, yeah, we're going to talk about life insurance today. If everyone could please put, I got to get my roller out. This jacket's great, but it attracts a lot of stuff. If you could share and invite, that would be great. Please share and invite this feed. I'm Shane DeGary, and I'm with the Gary Group, and we were talking about life insurance today. So, if you could share this out to your friends, I would appreciate that. Share this out to any groups, that would be great. Thank you very much. Hold on 1 second. And let me go and share. So, what's today's date anyway? It is the 16th. It is the 16th of April 2018. So if you're watching this on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you're watching it, we appreciate y'all. So thank you very much. And let me do my shares real quick. One more here. Where's everybody from also? Where's everybody from? Can you put your town? So I do life insurance from across the United States. So if I can help you, I'll let you know. But the best thing is to inquire and know what your budget is. I mean, you know, everybody wants to get to the top of the hill and they want the most. We do mortgage protection. If you're a realtor, what a great way to add to your clients that if one of them passes during the term of the mortgage, they can have protection to keep the house, because otherwise typically they don't get to keep the house. That's a great edge you would have, is offer that. And that can be done at closing or before closing ahead of time. Very, very low cost to protect your biggest investment. I mean, it's going to be less than your cable bill, right? It depends. You got to figure out what your budget is. That's what I tell people. What is your budget? That's the most important thing. So go from what your budget is, and then after that, you figure out, okay, here's what I can get with my budget. And a lot of people get a plan. I have people that figure out what their budget is, and then they'll get another policy, you know, in a year or 6 months or whenever they feel like they're comfortable and that's worked into their budget. So you can do it any way you want. But what's the purpose of getting it if you're not going to keep your life insurance? The purpose of having life insurance, what does that say? Some life insurance is better than none. Ask people that someone died and they didn't have any. They'll tell you what no life insurance is like. And listen, a lot of people won't talk about it, right? They're not going to say, oh, my family didn't have life insurance. But believe me, it's out there. I see it every day. So why not prevent it? Why not? A lot of people don't know ahead of time that they could even get this. And now you're finding out that you can get life insurance. And don't be embarrassed about your health. Listen, there's insurance companies for all types of people. There's no guarantee, but pretty much I can almost get anybody a policy. If you really do want a policy, if you really are interested in covering your family, then message me and I will help you out. We will go to work for you. I'm an independent broker. Our agency, the Gary Group LLC, is an independent insurance agency. So we will go to work for you. Please share this to your groups and invite your friends. Thank you. I'll put my number up here. It's everywhere, but I'll put it up here so you can get a hold of me. Thank you. I believe our executive producer might be here. I'm thinking, I could be wrong. But, oh my God, he is here.
I am here.
Wow. You know,
I have some
MIA
questions.
for a couple weeks,
I got some questions.
But he's here. What's up? How's everybody? You know the beast. You know the train. Train's coming. But we got some life insurance is better than none.
That's
so
right.
we got Brian Ryan in the house.
I have some questions actually that came in.
What's up? How's everyone?
So I wanted to tell you what they are.
What's up, man?
Hey, man.
How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Yeah,
sorry about last
plug
week.
that mic. You have to plug your mic in.
Oh, I will.
Yeah,
sorry about
please.
last week. It wasn't planned. Something happened.
He had 18 flat tires. It's cool though. He was driving a semi. This week he's driving a Prius again, right?
No, it wasn't my car. We had two flat tires. I was looking at a property, and I pulled out, or I didn't pull out. The guy I was with pulled out, and busted the 2 front tires.
Now he's all jacked up. My shirt's loaded. I love it. Hold on, I'm going up.
I'm taller today. Look at that. I'm taller. So we did have some questions about life insurance, and I married Beth, and she's from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and she wants to know if she can get life insurance on her children. She's 32 years old. Her one child is 2. The other one is 5.
Contact me. Yes, you can. You can get life insurance, even on your, well, I know your kids don't have grandkids, but if you have grandkids, yes, you can get life insurance. And the other way around, which leads to that question, great question, is you can get life insurance on your brother or sister, or your dad or mom or grandparents. Mm-hmm. People don't realize that cost is coming around to you. I had someone today that is dropping, I had a couple people lately that have been dropping their life insurance, and you know, they'll never get that health and age. I mean, I advise them not to, but ultimately they do what they have to do. And I'm being told their family, I'm like, y'all should pay this. It's not much, but people just are like, nah. You know, it's crazy how many people don't believe in what this is really for. And that's what today is all about, some, right? I mean, would you get more if you knew now?
Yes.
Right? So would I, right? You know, and I have to, it's kind of like when I went to buy Bitcoin, except for you don't lose on this.
Right, you don't lose on this.
Right? So, and, you know, so obviously it's not the same, but it's the same in the fact that if something is better than nothing.
I have a question from Bobby, and he's from York, and he wants to know about his, he has a business partner, and his business partner, and him are talking about getting life insurance for each other. Is that, can you do that?
Good question. It's, you know, if you have a partner, buy, sell, or business continuation, and think about it. Buy, sell, it's an agreement. I have pre-made ones. I've been doing this 12 years with the companies I work with. So depending on the industry, if you tell me the industry, we can probably have one that's pretty much pre-made. And yes, and you can even have the company pay for it. There's different ways to do it. We would sit down and do an interview at intake and figure out your situation. But what it does is, just like the building we're sitting in, there was not that agreement. So, and unless you have the money...
I forgot about that. You're right. I forgot about that.
Most people don't. It pays off the family, the other entity. And so therefore the business can continue. It's a buy-sell agreement. It's an agreement that's set up for that.
Right.
So, thank you. Great question. Great question.
I got a question from Damien out of Hanover, Pennsylvania. And Damien wants to know if he already has life insurance. He says he has a term and a whole life policy. Is he tapped out? Can he get more?
You can be tapped out, but I'd have to find out the information to see where you are, and then find out. Most people aren't, but you can be tapped out. But let me know, and we can make sure. What we do is we look at what you want to accomplish and how far you want to fund your legacy or things you want to do, and give you different ideas and let people go. You know, we had a lady last week that didn't have anyone, and she said, listen, I had no idea about this Give Local York. So she gave to one of these not-for-profits that she saw an interview for. Now that's in her life insurance. They're gonna, you know, we were even at one where they said they got a check for a nice amount, and that was through a life insurance policy.
It's amazing.
Yeah, so
it's amazing how this affects people.
Good question.
I have a question from Chung Mall over in San Diego, California. Hi, Chung. This guy I went to high school with.
Wow.
And
no wonder he went to San Diego.
Right. He's asking, how hard is it to get life insurance? He's my age, obviously. We went to high school together, so he's in his 40s, and he hasn't done it. I mean, I guess I can help answer that, but I asked the broker here. This is the broker. Good question. For me, it was a very simple process, Trump. It was very easy in that I answered a few questions, and then it gave me some options of how I wanted to you know, do this. And I thought a long time about it, and you know, I didn't drag my feet. I just put a lot of thought into it, and because I know that this is important.
That brings up a good point. A lot of people, they want to get the perfect policy, and here we are, right?
Right. I mean, just get it. That's what that was good advice that you gave me. Just get it. Because when I did, I started sleeping a lot better.
You know what? I mean, just like my buddy Tony Corbett Plastering. You know Tony. Him and his wife got it. They're up in Boston. One of their friends' husbands passed away. Well, actually, one of his friends passed away. And now you know, it does not look good. It does not look good. That I mean, keeping a mortgage when you lose somebody, even if they're at home, how are you going to pay for the kids to be taken care of?
That's a good point.
Right? A lot of people say, "Oh, my spouse stays home," and now it's husband or wife, so it doesn't matter.
I thought of it like this. I work very hard for the home that I live in. Okay, I do, and I pay all the bills and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I haven't seen it for a week. You grind like a torpedo.
At the end of the day, and I have been. At the end of the day,
what's it for?
It's for my kids.
Yeah.
It's for the people that live there, and I want to keep them there. And that's why I do what I do.
Well, yeah, and having it's going to keep them there.
That's right.
And
instead of me being a GoFundMe page where they got to pay for my funeral, that's all taken care of.
Ricky Chappelle Jr.
Hey, Ricky! I want to talk to you, Ricky. I got something to talk to you about.
Everybody
got a bone to pick with you, buddy.
Everybody wants to get the perfect policy at the perfect time for the perfect amount. And let me think about it. And I'm like, you know what? Someday is not on the calendar.
You know, my thing is, I held off on doing it because I thought it was something that wasn't necessary.
Yeah, most people.
And I thought, well, why am I paying for something that I don't need?
Exactly.
But I want to tell you what, I need it. After thinking about it, I need it. And when you look at some of the expenses that everybody has, because we're all human, we all live and we all die. So we're all born and we all die. So we can all say that. I don't care where you're from, what color you are, what your background is, what you do for a living. We all.
Is it as cheap to go out as you thought?
No. That was just it. The money factor. For me, the money wasn't what I thought it would be. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
it wasn't as much as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm wrong about that. But
they have to refrigerate your body. First of all, let's think of the process. I mean, let's be real here. They have to refrigerate your body. So right then, the charges start, right?
That's exactly right.
They
start right away.
Right? And they don't have giant buildings to do this. You think, people go all the time. We have 7 billion people. There's 414,000 right here in York, Pennsylvania.
That's exactly right.
All right? So when you think about that, then you understand that, I mean, that's like $200, $300, $400, $500 a night in the morgue. And they're not going to keep you after that. You got to go where you got to go.
Hey, what's it cost to go to New York City for a night at a decent hotel?
Probably it's
similar. It's similar. It's very similar.
Yeah.
What's it cost to get your makeup done by a professional if you go on the air? Now, in all disclosure, I've done that and paid that because I've done things where I've been on the air and I've had to pay people to come and do it.
Hey, and people don't have to worry when they're on the air all live media. We talked about that today. We had 2 great interviews, amazing, with Deb and with Rich, and they didn't have to do makeup, and I know they were happy. I was, but about $260.
I probably should, but
you might be down there next Friday. Nice, he might be coming down next Friday for the real estate show.
Who's that?
Ricky.
Thank God. Come
Why
on
don't
down,
you come this Friday? He's probably busy.
He's probably busy.
Ricky understands. Ricky, you see people in the funeral business, right? You see people.
We'd like you to come to the insurance show, Ricky.
Yeah,
to be honest with you. Come down here right now.
I mean, yeah.
We'd love to have you talk about some expenses and what you see because.
And he hustles. He's a hustler.
I want to talk to you anyway.
Come on down. Do you have a box of donuts over there? Hold on, I think I do. Ricky, hold on.
How old are those things?
Hold on, Ricky. I'll tell Ricky when he gets here. Ricky, I got donuts.
They're brand new.
Bam.
I hear the donuts.
Bam. Ricky!
Come get some, Ricky. Come get some.
Bam, come on, man.
I see some donuts. There they are.
Come on, dude.
Come on down. Come down and get them.
But, talking about life insurance, I have a client and she has her brother and her mom in a box.
What do you mean?
They cremated. There was no money. The cremation was done. There was a bill for both of them. And then she got them both in a box because neither one had life insurance.
Do you hear something crazy? Do you know how many times I buy a house and we're going through it and we find an urn full of ashes? And what do you do with that? I don't know who's in there.
No, and that's someone's remains, right?
That's someone's remains. So what do you have to end up doing? We end up taking it to the police, but they can't do anything about it.
No, they said, what do you want?
What do you want to do? We can't ID a dead person that's cremated, so what do you do?
I know,
They end up going in the trash. They end up going in the trash.
Yeah.
That's a sad fact.
Right? And people don't
And I won't do it. I won't throw people away. I just kind of leave them and let them do it.
But people think that there's going to be all this is going to be done, and they leave it on other people. Some life insurance is better than others.
Let me ask you something. What in your life is done for you that you don't do? What is done for you? You have to do everything, just like this. You have to prepare for your family. I don't care if you're a nurse, if you ride the back of a trash truck and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't care if you're a doctor or a lawyer. I don't care if you're a business owner. You're a human, and you're eliminating the human factor out of your life with the people that you love and who trust you.
I mean, they want to celebrate you, right?
That's right.
Even if it's private. But the one thing they don't want to do is go out there and raise money. They don't want to go out and do car washes and barbecues. They're already working hard enough. Now they're going to have
life's hard enough. They're going through enough.
Right? And then it just brings, what is it? You're either a bill or a memory. That's it. You're a bill or a memory.
That's exactly right.
So I tell people, just at least get a quote. At least know what it costs. And if you want me to get a quote, tell me what your budget is. Whatever it is. Let me see if I can help you. I can't guarantee I can. I mean, I've been doing it a long time. But there's not too many people. There is some, but there's not too many that really want life insurance that I wasn't able to get it for.
That's right.
It's actually harder when children are younger. When you're older, you can pretty much, have all kinds of health conditions, but it's really harder when they're younger.
I was talking to a guy who actually, I'm going to be referring to you for some life insurance, and he's upset because as he gets older, he can't buy it like he used to be able to.
Yeah.
And I said, well, maybe you just need to work with a broker and to bring that price or a way to bring that price that's more affordable for you.
Yeah, but brokers shop around. That's a good point you said. Brokers work for the client.
That's right.
Right? If you work for an insurance company, you have to do what's in the best interest of the insurance company. Tim Psycho Bats. I talk about, if you lose weight or quit smoking or change your habits, that can lower your premium. So you should get a review. Call me and review your life insurance policy if you've done that within a year, over a year old, and review it. Because, a lot of times I've had people where they got a policy when they were a smoker. A couple years later, they quit smoking and they didn't realize it. And we got them a policy that was more affordable and more coverage.
That's impressive, isn't it?
So, but if you think about it, older life insurance policies, the death age was 100. That's when most policies were. Now they go to age 121.
Well, I'm going to be 120, so better reach my age of 120.
Yeah. Well, if you're alive, see what happened was people were alive when they got paid their insurance money.
Say that again. I didn't follow that.
Yeah, you didn't follow it, right? So here's what happened. Life insurance went to age 100, older policies. And there was different ones, but the ones that went to 100. So people live past 100. So they would have to get at 100. They would get paid their life insurance when they're alive.
So, for example, if you're insured for $1,
but you're not out there. You're 100 years old. And you're getting your money.
Okay.
So
now you got to be 120 to get it.
Yeah, 121.
Let's go. I'm getting that money.
But I wouldn't wait for that.
I'm getting that money.
I live your life. And there's different types of policies. There's universal, guaranteed universal. There's the ULs, the IULs, terms, whole lives. So just contact a broker. Even if it's not me, contact an independent insurance broker. That's who you want to deal with. So I've been doing this for 12 years.
Well, why not you? You've been doing it for 20 years. For 12 years. You have phenomenal customer service.
But you should like who you deal with, you know what I mean? And you should deal with someone. But you can also deal with my wife. And we have a new agent coming, but I have to wait to tell you. Can't wait to announce.
When's this agent going to be sitting here?
It takes a long time.
They got to be sitting here too.
And you know what? We met her from social media. And I've known her boyfriend on social media for a long time.
She has a boyfriend?
And she came up here on social media Saturday.
Nice.
So I can tell you that much. Hey, Chamberlain, what's up? Come on, girl. What's up right there, right there. Hey, big shout out to Crystal Ball. I know you're always down there. Crystal Ball, what's up? What's up, Chamberlain? What's up, Tim Psycho Bats? We're talking about life insurance today.
That's right.
Right? Some life insurance. People think I'm too young or I don't need it. I'm not going to die. I mean, how many people know people that pass away at different ages? Come on, it happens all the time. There's accidents. And the younger and healthier you are, the more affordable the policies are.
Right.
The more insurance you can get for your money. So it's based on your age and health. That's what it's based on, your age and health. Please share this out. There's people out there that are looking to get policies that don't know where to go.
You know, I got a sort of a sad story. Just saw a family negotiating to buy their house right now out in Abbottstown, and they had a death in the family, and grandma can't live there. Grandpa did not have life insurance, and she's basically going to take whatever they can get for that house and live on that for the rest of her life. And let me tell you what, that house ain't worth that much. And I felt bad for her. I mean, so I stepped up and I thought I gave a pretty good number. They're shooting for the moon. They're setting her up to be unrealistic. And when you fast forward this a couple months, after she's run out of money, after she paid for Grandpa's funeral expense, and you know, and I both know she's not going to ask the kids to help.
Yeah.
Then what? What do you got? You got nothing left. And then she's moving in with Grandma and Grandpa because there's nothing left. I mean, with them kids, there's nothing there. It's kind of sad.
It is. You know, and people, you know, she could have been left life insurance to set her up to be able to live more comfortably. I mean, you know, you can do a lot with it. And the younger you are, the more you have that vision and perspective to realize that you are going to die and that you can take care of and do. You know, people buy college policies for their kids.
What are they?
And their grandkids. So you could get a policy. Your kids are young now to pay for their
They're
college.
Young. They're young.
So by the time college comes, they got money to go do what they want with. But the
I already paid for one. I already have that set aside.
Yeah.
The other one, I'm working on that.
But
right
we
now.
could talk to Steve sometime in our team. We have a team of people, and I basically facilitate meetings all the time. I put the people together, we put our team together, and then boom, and I guide the call to make sure it stays focused and lean. And I ask people, right? Hey, if you want all the extras, we can sit here for another hour and we can put extras on it. Most people say, look, let's keep it lean, right? Because you can get a lot of side things. And we tell it, there's ones where you can get the return of premium.
Wow.
And I have someone that's getting that. But there's a cost involved in everything, right? Like, so, but for some people, this person's like, listen, I want $1 million policy and I want return of premium. So if they don't end up dying in the term, they have a money that they can use for their retirement. Talking about having a chunk, how about a chunk of tax-free money that they're going to have?
I love the tax-free part of this. I love that tax-free
part.
Not that I don't believe in paying the government their due.
Let's say someone
like
wants
that it's
to leave
already
real estate
decided.
to someone, right? Because I've done wealth transfer with ILAs.
You're gonna pay some money if you're just gonna, if I give it from me to you. You're gonna pay 40%
So,
right?
So we have these ILAs, these irrevocable life insurance trusts, that when we're doing farms or people want to transfer and they understand how to transfer the wealth, you need life insurance is what people use most of the time because it's a tax-free way to transfer the wealth to the next generation and pay all the taxes. So you can say, you want this whole iPad? All right, well, this is what it's going to cost you because your brother wants a piece, your sister wants a piece, the government, right? So it ends up being twice as much. So this is the piece to have that piece go to that person. And that's life insurance that does that.
But also, while you're living there without life insurance, for example, you're maintaining the property, you're paying the taxes, you're paying anything that just happens to happen, like they're going to hook up the sewer or water down your street and you didn't expect it.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that before, Shane?
No. So
it's expensive and hard to do, man. You're digging down 4 feet, and you're probably going 200 feet, and you're paying a lot of money to do it. And then
someone has to pay that, the homeowner?
Yeah, man. They'll get you ready at the curb, but you got to go from the curb to the house.
No, they're putting gas in my new gas lines in mine, so they're just doing that. But we're not paying for it. And they're up.
That's not the water.
Yeah.
That's not water and sewer.
But water and sewer, if they come in. Now they did check our lines. They check my lines are old too.
But they're straight.
Yeah, they said they're straight. But when it comes to life insurance, you can be old and still get some, which is better than none.
What if my dad, who is 70 couple years old,
wants a
policy? Can he buy one?
Oh yeah, you can get one on your dad. You can get one.
Why would I get one on my dad? Just curious.
Because here's the thing. Let's say someone's parents don't want to like how the estate's set up. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there: wills, estates, trusts, whatever. But you want to make sure you're covered, or you say, hey, listen, I mean. There's going to be a loss. I want to pay for my kids. You can pay for your kids' college on your dad's life.
Wow, that blew my mind.
Right? So you got a policy. You say, Dad. Your dad says, look, if I can help the kids, grandkids get a policy, I'd love to be a part of that. Right? So you get them a quote on a policy. Your dad says, I don't have the money to pay for it. You said, Dad, I'll pay for the policy. It's for the kids. So imagine if you, but understanding that concept, right? But it goes back around. You understand, you pay the policy, you get the tax-free life insurance after your dad passes, and now you have.
I wonder how much that would cost.
Yeah, interesting, right? Because there's no cheaper way than life insurance.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyway, that's something you get a quote on just to look at. You know, these are just options. I just throw them out there. It's not for me to decide. But people that understand, and some of these, listen, we keep it simple. I have strategies that are complicated for people, and some people understand them, and I can get into those, and they're interesting, and I love them, and they're fun. And then there's simple ones, and we can keep that simple. At the end of the day, you're going to pass away, and at the end of the day, you can get yourself a policy. I mean, I had a client in North Carolina that was on oxygen, not very healthy, and she got a policy on oxygen at 58.
Wow.
So
how about if you have a stroke and you're paralyzed on the right side of your body, for example?
I just have to ask you questions because time matters, but depending on your age, I can probably get, you know, the thing is like I said, the younger ages are the harder ages. Like under 18 is really hard. Under 18 is the hardest if they're unhealthy. Now, if they're not, that's fine, but if they are, it's
very
tough.
difficult.
Yeah. So, but look, life insurance is the real deal. Hey, URL Black, how are you? We're talking about life insurance today. That some is better than none. You know, people get you should see how good people feel. The clients, once they get a policy, they're like, Shane, thanks. They're all over the country. My clients are all over the country, from California to New York to Florida to Minnesota to Indiana. I mean, you name it. There's a client I have in that state, Pennsylvania. And I've been doing it a long time. It's great because they wear that badge like, hey, I'm one of the few, right? Like the Marines. Mm-hmm. Because you're one of the few that took a swing and are responsible for your final expenses. Bruce, how are you?
It's being responsible.
Bruce Crab.
It's a way to say that. It's being responsible.
Yeah.
Because if you're not responsible enough to be able to take care
that
of
way,
your family
if you
after
see
you're
anyone,
gone,
you can say hi.
Thank you. You can't. I mean, what are you doing? Why are you working? Why do you work all these hours? More people work more hours a day than what they do spending with their family. Am I right or wrong?
No, they insure their car and not their life.
They insure their smartphone.
I mean, they're not even getting insurance on their house. Is there house insurance with life insurance? What's that called? Mortgage protection.
Mortgage protection.
Wow, you can do that. Come on. Yup. You know, I had a lady that said, listen, I want to make sure my kids can stay in this house. We've been together, right? She wanted to make sure that her kids, they're older, right? 18, 22, and one of them was 15, and the other ones took her. And they said, hey, Sean, and she said, I want to make sure they get this house. So she left a life insurance policy to cover the mortgage for the kids. Actually, she did more. She made sure they don't even know this. They're all going to get a car. Well, they have $20,000 each to get a car. Amazing story.
That is amazing.
Amazing.
Very nice.
Right? Hard work in this.
What a way to be remembered.
Yep.
What a way to be remembered. Instead of remembered as a big.
Kids always remember that grandma changed the generation. A whole generation got changed because of this lady. I mean, I hate to say it,
And
but the
life
women
insurance
usually
was the vehicle, right?
are the ones that make their husbands most of the time get it and say, listen, you need life insurance. You know, you stepped up and said, dude, I got it. Me and my wife. I mean, I'm like, come on, we need it. We're always looking to get more. You know, we have to slow down. Because we're always like, I know, I'm sure we're going to get capped out, but
keep pushing until you do.
You know, but it's an important thing, something, right? Just
right.
Talk. Some life insurance is better than none. Get a policy. If you can afford $1
Start
a day,
with something.
Look, if you can afford to give up $20, $30 a month, right? You can probably get a policy. For $30 a month, you can probably get a policy. Something's better than nothing.
Definitely get one for $50 a month.
I mean, I have people that pay thousands a year for policies, right?
Really?
Because they understand. But like I said, some's better than nothing. So don't feel bad. Don't feel ashamed. Don't worry about your health. We'll take care of it if you really want to find out. Jacqueline, Dave Rossi Jr., Jacqueline Markley, what is up? We're talking about some life insurance better than no life insurance.
That's right.
But people are still going to not, you know, what day is a good day to get life insurance?
Today.
There's no other day in the calendar but today.
Today.
Yep. Get your quote, and just.
Here's a weird question. This is totally out of left field, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say we get attacked by another country, and they bomb us, and I die. What happens?
You got life insurance, bro.
Right?
They'll hit everyone.
Yeah. I don't know. I was just thinking about that, right? What's going on right now? We get attacked. And
I don't watch the news, so I don't know. I guess there's some heat out there.
Maybe. I don't know.
But life insurance is sleep insurance.
That's right.
I mean, at the end of the day, you're a bill or a memory. That's it. And so many people say, I have it through work. I'm like, what do you have? I don't know. It's through work. I'm like, can you keep the policy? Well, yeah. Well, then what policy is it? Let's see it. How much is it?
Show us
they don't even know.
Show us
They don't even know. You've been grinding.
I'm tired.
And he doesn't drink coffee anymore.
I don't.
Please share and invite this to Life Insurance Show, the insurance show with Shane DeGarry, the Shane Train. This is Brian Ryan. I'm with the DeGarry Group. We're at All Live Media. We're talking about some life insurance is better than no life insurance.
That's right.
So today is your day to get a quote. At least get a quote today.
Have to.
I mean, just get a price. Figure out what it would be to cover you. Cover your kids. Cover your grandkids. Cover you so your grandkids can have a policy. Your kids can have a policy. You know, think about it. This is real stuff. Life insurance is important. Let's see what kind of pictures we have.
I was going to try to go through that a little bit.
Let's see if we have any videos. My videos have not been playing on here, though. I don't know what the problem is, Ryan. So if you can help me figure it out.
Let me work on this right here.
Let's see if you can play one of these videos.
Yeah,
Hey, Christina Byers, what's up? Come on, girl. It is the Life Insurance Show, the insurance show, but today we're talking about life insurance. Some life insurance is better than none.
Something's better than nothing, right?
Yeah, and you can do so many different things with it.
People play the same game. Oh, I'm going to have I'm going to play the lottery because I might win. Same thing with this.
Oh, you're...
We just kind of knew, and started right now, we're never apart from what's going on.
No.
Perfect weekend for us.
I don't think those are hooked up. So, hey, Robbie, how are you?
5 o'clock, have dinner, and just play as hard as we could before the kids, fell asleep. This is my first ball insurance right after we got married. It was just one of those things that I believed in. And so we set up a couple of small whole life policies right after we got married. As retirement, really, just to make sure that there was got to be something in case anything happened, and then to have a little retirement set aside for us already, Mike and Beth, and Lisa and I. We all knew each other back in school. When we decided to move to Atlanta, we just all came at the same time.
We decided to start our own business.
Was that not only them as individuals, but the company, and throughout the year, the company grew also.
When we started the business, we knew that we needed to get health insurance and the key man policy set up.
The business bought key man policies. There were 4 partners, and they purchased life insurance on each partner.
We were 3 history majors and 1 graphic artist, so Lisa was very much the key player in our business. And the last time I saw her, she was outside taking a break, and she started singing the So Long Farewell song.
We went to pick Max up from school. Owen was there at the office with us. And on the way from school to home,
Hey, Thomas.
We drove into a store.
Talking about life insurance.
Max asked, he said, where's the storm? I said, it's right here. I said, we're right in it. And Lisa said, oh, this is very scary. That second, it felt like a monster truck had driven up on the back of my car. So I immediately turned to look, and I couldn't see anything behind my seat because the cab of the truck had caved in. And I pushed the sunroof out and looked out from there and turned around and immediately looked to see what had happened to the back of the car. Where they were supposed to be, there was a huge tree. Max and Owen were killed instantly, and Lisa was never knew what happened, but it did take her about a minute or so to actually die. I'll never forget when the fire chaplain had to come over and tell me the news. It was just, you can't imagine. I mean, it's the worst possible thing you can ever hear, that your entire life is gone.
And I'll never forget the words that came out of Brad's mouth. He was like, "On Steve, you won't believe it. They were in the back seat, and there's not a scratch on me. Just horrible. absolutely horrible.
I'm just torn up inside, and I'm having to make arrangements for, for their burial. And we were playing music. That was, I tried to pick some things that would be special to both Lisa and Max.
On a personal level, as hard as it was to lose Lisa, we also lost Brad. Business-wise, it was a hard hit because Lisa had so much depth of knowledge, was so great with her clients.
With Lisa gone, it's definitely affected the company. She was the president of the company, and both of them were key players in making this business run.
You don't realize when you read about an accident in the paper or see it on the news that there are lives that continue after that. Because I had insurance, it's given me the time to let myself heal, to do the things that are necessary for me to find my way, start living again. The hardest thing for me since the accident has been dealing with the loss of hearing them, of seeing them every day, of knowing that I'm not going to get to watch my children grow up. I'm not going to get to grow old with my wife the way that I had planned. Life is absolutely precious. You never know. You never know how long you have.
It's true, though, right? It's very true. I could walk out of here tonight and get hit by a bus.
Yeah, I mean, people you just don't know. These are real stories. That's from Life Happens. That's a nonprofit organization. So you can go to Life Happens. They have a Facebook page and look at it and see the stories. Unfortunately, people have to be convinced they're dying. I mean, that's crazy. The things that, everyone around you is going to die. Look at this. Priorities. More people protect the things with insurance than protect their loved ones. I think people just don't know. I think back in the generations, people's parents didn't talk about stuff. 8 in 10 people say that married person with young children needs life insurance. I'm telling you, if you don't have life insurance, you need to message me to get a quote. And at least start with something.
We talked about mortgage insurance.
Yeah, mortgage, man, protects your house. If you and your wife look at your husband and say, do we want to keep in this house if, God forbid, something happens? I've had people that had mortgage protection and they both passed away, and their parents, who I knew, took care of the kids and moved into the house so the kids could stay in the house. And that was what an amazing, sad, but also amazing story.
Here's a great tip. Let your life insurance beneficiaries know about your policy.
Yeah. Definitely.
How can they collect if they don't know? Especially at a time of grief when you die.
But just so you know, it's all filed through the state. No one's going to get their money. No one can go get the money. It's all through the state. If you put your social security number in and there's things that say state money unfound, you would find it. So, and most of the time they have the record if they give them the information with your social, your address.
I mean, this isn't from like 1990 something. This is 2017.
Yeah.
Almost 1 in 3 people, that's 33%. Heck, let's just round down and say 30% of the population say they don't have enough. Why are they saying that?
That's crazy, right?
Why is 3 out of, what is that, 3 out of 10?
Yeah.
No, that's more.
No, it's 33%. 1 out of every 3 people don't have enough life insurance.
Wow.
Crazy. So, guys, gals, message me. I appreciate you. This is the Life Insurance Show every Monday between 5 and 6 is when we start. So I appreciate y'all. Message me. Get your life insurance. You're definitely dying.
Hi, Derek. Hi, Johnny. Hi, Adam.
Hey.
Thanks for watching. Get some life insurance.
Yeah, protect your
for your family.
Yeah, protect your loved ones. Kyle, Matt, how are you? Rami, how's everyone? Look, you need protect your mortgage. I had somebody that they had to sell. They passed away and they had to sell their husband's old cars and things that they wanted to keep, but they had no life insurance, so they had to sell all these assets. You think, and listen, what do you think the return is? Think about this though. If you're a financial person, the money person in the family, selling off things at low cost return, like you're getting pennies back on the dollar, right? and you're selling them at the worst time, right? Because you're going to tell them the story that someone passed away, you need to raise money. And so you're not going to get the highest dollar, right? So, but if you had life insurance, it would be the other way. You would be on the better end of that, pennies on the dollar.
That's right.
And that's crazy.
And you wouldn't force your family to deal with people that come in and need to be able to buy a bicycle, a car, even a house at a price that you're not comfortable with selling, but you have to.
Amen. So
why put them in? Why stack the deck against your family?
I mean, it's pennies on the dollar. Take care of your family.
But isn't that what they're doing? They're stacking the deck against the family.
100%.
Every time.
Take care of your family.
How many people die a day? Think about that.
And why do you go to work every day if you're not going to take care of your family?
You're here to take care of your family.
And this is pennies on the dollar. Stop paying the cable. I mean, cut down on your cable. Cut down on something. Stop getting your coffee. Cut down 2 cups, 3 cups a month.
Hey, Luke. Thanks for watching, bud.
What is up, guys, gals? We appreciate it. This is the Insurance Show. I'm Shane DeGarry. This is Brian Ryan. I'm the Shane Train with the DeGarry Group. Message me about your life insurance, whole life, universal, mortgage protection. Take care of your family. God bless you. Thank you.